All right, so this is part 2 of building the email autoresponder. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the more advanced version. If you haven't checked out my latest video where I go through generating the tone profile, the business info scraper, and the auto drafter, I encourage you to check that out first. Also, this workflow looks a lot larger and messier than it needs to be, and that's mainly because I've been building it for Gmail and Outlook at the same time, so there's pretty much double the amount of nodes needed, and it's also in the early stages, so there's a lot of disconnected nodes and stuff I'm just playing around with. So before I give you a demo, I'm going to quickly walk you through what each block does. All right, so we're going to start off with block A here, and this is going to begin with a Gmail trigger, which is going to watch my inbox for incoming unread emails. We're then going to clean some of the fields up and send that to a GPT node, which is going to decide whether or not the email we just got requires a response. If it does not require a response, it's going to stop at this filter node. And then if it does require a response, it's going to get passed through, grab our tone profile, our business info, and then actually create the draft to respond to the email we just got. Then we're going to grab some info for the Telegram bot, and we're going to send the user the email they just got along with the created draft. We then have an if statement here. So if the draft does not have any missing information, as in the AI was able to completely respond to the email, it's going to take this route, which is going to give you the option to either edit, send, ignore, or save the draft. If there is missing info, like I showed you in the last video with the red question mark, it's going to take this route, which is going to be the same options, but you're not going to be able to send it. So it's only going to ask, would you like to edit, ignore, or save the draft? Then moving over, we have block B. So this is going to use a switch node, which is basically going to listen to what you reply to the Telegram message. So if you reply ignore, it's going to take this route and send you a message that the email has been ignored. If you save the draft, it's going to send you a message and say the draft was saved, and obviously save the draft as well. If you press send, it's going to send the email. And then if you edit, then it's going to ask what would you like to edit. So that brings us to block C, where you're making edits. So it's going to ask you what you would like to edit. And then it's going to, you can reply in whatever way. You can make spelling errors, you can be informal, you can reply in any way you want. And then it's going to send your message back to GPT to edit the current draft and fill in the info that you would like to be filled in. This edit can also be used to just change the email in general. So let's say it's signed off with best regards, but you want to sign off with thanks, just say that. And then it's pretty much going to repeat. So then once the edits are made, it's going to send you the new draft and ask what you would like to do. So edit, send, ignore, save draft, and so on. Before I give the demo, I've split these blocks into separate workflows. So here we have workflow A, and here we have B and C. And I'm just going to leave these inactive for now for the demo, because Gmail takes the trigger can only run once every minute. So just to make this faster, I'm going to manually do it. So I've prepared a draft that I'm going to send to myself, same example I used last time. So I'm going to press send. Then we're going to wait for that to come in on my personal account. Okay, cool. So there it is. So now I'm going to hop back into n8n, and I'm going to run this, and then I'm going to open Telegram, and we should see a message. And there it is. So here we have new email from user. Here's the subject, and here's what they sent. Now here's the draft response that GPT created. And as you can see, there's a red question mark because it does not know when I'm free to meet. So then it says, looks like some information is missing. Press edit to fill in the missing information. And if there was no missing information, there would also be an option to press send here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press edit, and it's going to ask me what I would like to edit. So here I'm going to say, I'm free next Tuesday at 2 p.m. I'm going to press send, and just in a sec, we're going to get an updated draft. So here, filled it in. I'm free next Tuesday at 2 p.m. instead of the red question mark. And now you can see that I have the option to send. But instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to press edit again, and it's going to ask what I would like to edit. And I'm going to say, change the sign off to best regards. Send. Now it's going to send me a new draft. Here we go. And it says best regards. Finally, I'm going to press send. Now it's going to actually send it, and it tells me that it's sent. So if I go back into my work email, you'll see that there's a response, and here it is. And that's pretty much it. I can give you guys a complete breakdown on how to actually build this in a long form video if you guys would like. Just drop a comment.